It is my great pleasure to welcome you. There is a sense on campus that we're onto something here. There's this sense of acceleration, an acceleration in reputation, an acceleration in substance, an acceleration in reach. Fairleigh Dickinson is fairly sensational. I've got lots of examples of it. My most favorite recent one is, as you know, in the year 2001, I proposed that we apply for NGO status at the United Nations, non-governmental organizational status. We were the third university in the United States to get that, and we've had that for a number of years. 2 years ago, I learned there's another level of association. Everyone knows the Security Council of the United Nations, peacekeeping. But very few people know of the ECOSOC, the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. They're responsible for everything else. And there's a status called consultative status. And I said, why don't we apply for that? And I was told by people in the UN, don't bother. If you apply, it'll take 3 or 4 years for your application to be reviewed, and then you'll be turned down because no university's ever gotten it. Well, you know, 2 years ago in August, we applied and took a deep breath. And this last February, I had a phone call that said, Dr. Adams, I want you to know, Fairleigh Dickinson University just became the first university in the entire world to have ever earned ECOSOC consultative status. So I called the chairman of the board, Pat Zenner, and I said, Pat, guess what? We have ECOSOC consultative status. And he's just a wonderful fellow, wonderful friend of the university and alum. And he said, always enthusiastic, and he said, Michael, that's great. And then he paused for a moment and he says, what good is that? And I said, Pat, let me tell you what good that is. That allows me to appoint faculty or staff to standing committees or commissions of the United Nations system. This last April, I appointed 27 individuals to commissions or committees, not as observers, but sitting at the table formulating policy that are going to influence the United Nations and the world. Yes, that is pretty sensational. I have a faculty member, as you well know. We have an individual who is an expert in the tragedy of child soldiers. He sits on the UN committee. I have a nursing faculty who sits on the Global Pandemic Commission, making recommendations so that the faculty come back to campus and share information with their colleagues and bring currency into the classroom. And you tell me another university in the world that's doing that. There ain't any. Fairleigh Dickinson University is fairly spectacular. Well, it is my honor at this point to join the celebrations to congratulate some alumni honorees. Now, Warren, how are we going to do this? Alan, how are we going to do this? Do I call people up? No. Are you going to do that? We'll do that. Oh, thank heavens. So I'm going to turn this back to you because I'm going to allow you to introduce our colleagues. But let me tell you something. With this growing reputation, it's you, the alumni and friends who are spreading the word. It is your achievements that build the reputation of your university. You're adding to the luster of an incredible institution.